Really, Sandro Mamu? Really? Hit that rock. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the dark notification bell to get each and every notification, each and every video I put out there. I appreciate you guys. Gmo, Leisure, Knicks, let's get it. So, the San Antonio Spurs beat the New York Knicks 120 to 105 in a game that really was all over the place. Really didn't make much sense. You would think the Knicks, not to say that we have it handily, obviously when Bayama's out for the season, you'd think the Knicks wouldn't have issues with the Spurs, but a team full of wings, athletic wings who will run the floor, guards who will run the floor. Koso hit a few shots. Stephen Castle, man, he's definitely gonna be considered for Rookie of the Year. It's gonna be Rookie of the Year this season. I mean, we just had issues containing this team from the get-go. And again, when the Knicks get up to slow starts, it's like we subsidize our poor first quarters with ridiculously good third quarters, right? We always have this get back, this recovery, which I got to give credit to Tom Thibodeau, who people in the past with the Knicks have kind of said that we don't adjust well, and it seems like, again, the Knicks are one of the best third quarter teams in the league. I think we're seventh in scoring. You know, this season you definitely see the Knicks respond a lot better coming out of first halves, but this game, man, it made no sense. Sandro Mamu, freaking Seton Hall's finest. Guy actually won the draft, won the second round. But not to say that I was crying for him, but I like Sandro Mamu's pick and pop ability. Could space the floor, could rebound a little bit. Would have liked him on the Knicks in the second round. I'm not saying I'm clamoring for him, I'm just saying a play that I liked a few years ago. He's bounced around the league. He's with the Bucks, whatnot. Season high in his whole career before this game of 14 points. And of course, the Ed Sumner syndrome. Guy who, out of nowhere, 14 points was his season high, or his career high. Your man drops 34 points off a 13-14 shooting from the field, 7 for 7 from outside, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. I'm telling you, no offense to Sandro Mamu, your man is not doing this anywhere else. I've seen this before, the Ed Sumner games. These games where these guys, no offense, who aren't start, they just get white hot against the Knicks for whatever reason. I don't know what it is about New York that irks other teams, but they always throw their best out against us. Tonight, the Spurs shot 50% from the field, 45.7% from three. Again, 16 for 35. You take away 4 of those threes, it's a game. We win this game. When all was lost for the Spurs, I don't say all was lost, but they start to struggle. It's really only him and really Keldon Johnson. It was back and forth between like 11-9 points in that fourth quarter. Knicks, again, the third quarter made a ridiculous run, third quarter, get it back. But Sandro just closed it out. We couldn't stop him. The pick and pop destroyed our drop back, and then even when we weren't dropping back, still couldn't stop him. Caught us one time. We overplayed it. He made a pass. I think it was a Solskjaer underneath. Just absolutely no way. When certain plays get white hot, that's where you try to take out luck with execution. And obviously no Jalen Brunson here, but the Knicks, again, a tale of two halves. A tale of two halves for the Knicks. First quarter, couldn't find the three-point shot, excuse me. In that first quarter, Knicks 1 for 10 from outside, shot 27.6% from the field. Only scored 20 points to their 29. So you kind of felt like you already knew where this game was going. In the second quarter, 23 points. Again, not like it was that much better in the second quarter. The only really person that really came to really play from the beginning of the game was Cat. Attacking the basket, finding shots underneath. Cat was, again, carrying this Knicks team. What you want from the play that you consider number 2 guy, right? So with Brunson out, Cat has to step up and carry the anchor. But I have to say for Cat, damn, who else is going to step up for this guy? Who else is going to step up for this guy on a consistent basis? Mikal Bridges had a delayed Bridges game. I know that's mad corny, but still don't matter. 14 points today. OJ Anunoby at times looked good, but again, he only had what, 14 points as well too. Both 5 for 15. OG 5 for 13. Mikal Bridges. Just these games where they just don't appear, and it's weird. This whole season, you can't find too many games where those guys have both had like superlative games together. Where you talk about 25-point plus, good efficiency, and we win a game because of their contributions on both ends, or just a contribution on the offensive end. It's very hard to see these guys work well together. Now, granted, if you don't have a guy who can really take the defenses off the dribble like that, break down defense with their dribbles, you just have two wings, who 3-and-D guys really for the most part. So I get it, but still, one of these guys got to show up a little bit more, and another guy really has to show up. Mr. Inconsistent now. I don't know what's happening. My man Josh Hart, 2.7 rebounds, 7 assists today, 3 steals, 2 blocks. But again, a game of 2 halves. This game was so weird. Third quarter. Bellissimo, man. Bellissimo. Knicks started to eat 4 steals in that quarter. Generated about 8 turnovers on the Spurs. 29 points scored in that quarter. Knicks were making defensive stops, stealing the ball. Get a whole bunch of. We were down by what, 23? Whatever. No, we were down by more. 26? Was it? The biggest lead today for them was 26? 28, excuse me. 28. What does Tom Thibodeau do best in that third quarter? Shape up the defense. Get the steals to generate and turn turnovers and steals into transition points, which I love. Get the easy, cheap points. This is something that Tom Thibodeau's preached from years ago. So say what you want about Tom Thibodeau, whatnot. When we talk about making adjustments in game, now you want finer adjustments as well too. You want more so, okay, when we play a team, I already have a 4D, 5D like analysis of this team that when they start doing something, I know how to adjust on the fly. Right? You want that from Tom Thibodeau. But say what you want. Tom Thibodeau, these last few seasons, well, I'll say more so this season, let me say, third quarter has definitely turned from a weakness to strength. Years ago when he first came, we couldn't do nothing in the third quarter. We lived and died without defense. We lived and died with superlative play from Randall in Tom Thibodeau's first year here, Randall's second year here. But what we're seeing now, man, turning defense into offense, seeing a lot better execution, half court sets, attacking the basket, which is like all you ask for certain players. The Mikal Bridges, even though Mikal was doing it from the beginning of the game, this game. But that third quarter, we went on a 22-3 run, and then they start to chip right back. And that's where you would love to have a closer. Somebody could come in and execute and hit shots while the rest of the team got the defense and got the defense to generate turnovers, generate points. Unfortunately, the Spurs kind of built back up that lead, and now we're birthing the time of Sandro Mamu. Pick and pop, pick and pop, pick and pop, pick and pop. And once it rains, it falls. I don't know what it is with the Knicks. Sandro, I don't know who they play next to Spurs, but he's probably not going to do this. And I'm not going to bet on him because he's not going to make me money because he's going to put a poop up. It's just ridiculous. Another thing, too, man, watching this game. Now, people put out talking about this. Matt Barnes in the podcast talking about stepping up for Cat. That if no one stepped up for Cat, people like shaking Draymond's hands after the game and all this other jazz. Do they really stand up for this guy? And I know people don't. I'm not trying to build it up to something that I'm not sure about. But when you see things, you see certain things. I have to agree with Matt. I saw the same thing today. Chris Paul, as dirty as he is. By the way, Cat not posting up Chris Paul, even if it's the top of the key, even if it's far away from the post, not bodying this dude to the basket makes no sense. I know he's a strong player, but still, come on. But there's a play, I think it was in the third quarter, fourth quarter. I want to say third quarter. Cat drew a foul, and your man Chris Paul threw him down, and you see their hands like he's throwing him down. Bro, at the very least, a player needs to come in and rush and act like they're helping up Cat and push Chris Paul out the way. Make a statement. Matt Barnes said that Cat, he is like a big cat. And it's true. But these other guys, you got to step up. Even if Cat's saying that what Draymond said didn't affect him, you guys got to step up. It don't matter. You still, you went against principle. You know better. Because you're the same guy Draymond talking about Cat this and Cat that he's scared and all those other jazz, but you crying for LeBron because of what Stephen A. Smith said. Even though I don't think Stephen A. Smith's intentions were to attack that guy's family. So anyway, forget Draymond. He's an ogre. He's an idiot. Um, it's up to these Knicks players. Now, granted, may not have the best of benches. May not have the best of depth outside of what you got. Not going to say in the starting lineup, but in terms of just the bench overall, or just scoring depth outside of Brunson and Cat, like go-to scoring depth. But sometimes you win games from grit. Sometimes just the specter of you having to go through a grit and grind session with the New York Knicks like last year or the first year Tibbs was here. Just having to go through that can scare teams. Just going through that, having that mentality could make teams second guess a shot. Make them not feel comfortable. Make them have to now get out their element. Make them want to fight you. But now in return for fighting you, they lose a little bit of energy. Maybe Sandro misses three pointers. Maybe even four. Maybe even two. And stops us from and that stops us from it going from 11-point game to a 14-point game to now we get it to an 8-point game, 5-point game. Somebody got to throw Chris Paul on the effing floor, bro. Somebody from this Knicks team. You may not even like Cat. But once you are on the shield, we all die for the shield. You're not going to sit up here and represent us and we look soft. We look all fragmented. Oh, I'm going to shake Chris' hand. Man, push that dude Chris Paul. Get a tech. Get a tech. Throw him off. What the hell did Chris Paul do to y'all today? What did Chris Paul do to y'all today that was so great? I think he was in double digits, but he wasn't that spectacular. This is the Chris Paul of geriatrics. 12 points today, 9 assists. He didn't look special to me today. Didn't look like he was gonna kill us today with his. It was Stephen Castles, a bunch of hustle plays as well too. Fast break opportunities by the Spurs they took advantage of. Sochan. Like, why do we play down to? I don't even want to say we play down to these teams. Because the Spurs, despite being 10 games below 500, is still a tough out. But nah, dogs, the grit of this team, bro. I question it. I question it. Just unfortunate. It's the damn Spurs, man. And Suta Popovich, I know he's not here. Popovich, hopefully everything is well with him. I know he had a stroke. Hopefully he can return in some capacity next year or whatever. Maybe he might be retired. Might be best for him. But, God bless him and his family. The team smell blood against the Knicks. They smell blood against us. They know. I feel like they see us as a bunch of mercenaries trying to figure it out until our so-called leader gets back in Brunson. Like, we have to figure it out. By the way, Adam Silver, do a better freaking job with the scheduling. I mentioned this on another show. How the hell are we going to have a whole West Coast trip? We come all the way back to the East Coast for one game, go back all the way to San Antonio for one game, and go all the way back tomorrow for a game against the Charlotte Hornets. Does that make any sense, Adam Silver? I know you can't figure out the All-Star game. I know you can't figure out how to make the NBA product more interesting by making foul calling and all these calls by the refs a little bit more consistent and taking that ref element out the game. But golly, can you at least get the scheduling right? In what world do you think it is okay to go back and forth and have a back-to-back going from the West Coast to the East Coast after coming back from the East Coast? And you wonder why these players don't care? Or part of the reason why? Stupid things like that scheduling. That should never happen. That should never happen. Golly, dogs. Just ruined a great product, bro. What happened to NBA? Some other things too, man. The bench. Kieran Payne had a solid 11 points, but damn, Landry Shamet, dogs. Can you hit a shot, dogs? People want to complain about us not playing the bench, and I get it. You play Landry for defensive purposes, but golly, can you hit a freaking shot to save your life when the game matters? 0 for 5 from 3? You can't give me 2 threes? There was one I think we were down by 9. Could have made it 6 or could have made it 5. Can't remember. Just missed the 3. I'm like, bro, dogs, you open enough. Can you make a freaking shot? That's the issue with us too, man. People hyping up Landry Shamet. I said, yo, bro, didn't shoot well from 3 last year, even though he's supposed to be that. It's like, what do y'all be doing? Look, I'm not trying to be one of these guys that says y'all don't practice nobody. But damn, son, I can count on my hand how many times Leonard Shemet has hit a shot in games where it's mad. Like he had a few games ago when the game's still in tow. He hit the two threes. I'm forgetting which game it was, but on my hand I can count how many times he's had meaningful threes. Lord, jeez, dogs. Shemet, Precious, he only played 7 minutes, but he's turned into a nothing. Miles McBride, my son, struggled today, man. Could not hit his shot. Was just poor from the field overall. He was 3 for 8 from outside, but 4 for 14 from the field. It's not a good game. It's like when everybody just struggled. And it just came out sluggish, weird. A lot of dumb turnovers as well, too, man. 10 turnovers today. But we had a lot of dumb ones in the first half. Now, let me give credit to this guy, man. Mitchell Robinson. Mitch Robinson slowly coming along. And the so-called Mitchell Robinson-Cat combination, people want to talk about it, how good our defenses look. I think before this game, they had a defensive rating when those two are in the game of like 107 or 106. And then when Cat's out of the game, it actually gets better. Yeah, so when Cat's out of the game, the defense rating of the team goes to 106 with Mitch Robinson in there. But when Mitch Robinson Cat in there, it's like 107. When Mitch is not in there, it balloons up to like 116 or 17, something like that. Something not good. But Mitchell Robinson looked really good today, man. Not really good. He looked good. Mitch Robinson, double today, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 5 of them offensive. Inshallah. Was 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Not great, but his career is still shooting. I think he's still shooting below 40, right? Oh, below 50. But Mitch Robinson today, man, the defense, I liked what I was seeing just in terms of movement. Just be able to move out there. I love the block he had on Sochan, where literally he just waited. He even, back in the day, Mitch Robinson would just overly jump and mistime it. Or he'll just be too eager to get the block. The dude literally just stayed on his feet and then just waited till Sochan went up on a baseline. I think Cat was there as well too. Somebody was there too. And he just blocked it like a father would do in a little kid in a Fisher Price basket. Mitchell Robinson is slowly coming along. And again, his time is more so on a minutes restriction, like Tom Thibodeau says. It's a soft minutes restriction. So it's not like, oh, I'm hard stopping you at 20 minutes or 25 minutes. It's how do you feel? So people, I remember back last year, I forget who came back from injury. They're like, oh, Tom Thibodeau has got some ministry. Like, do y'all guys understand, bro? Coming back from serious injury, I'm pretty sure Mitch Robinson's not even 100%. He's not even probably 80%. And then y'all get mad if a player gets hurt to Tom Thibodeau because Tom Thibodeau played these guys too much because everybody remembers Derrick Rose. Like, this dude can't win. Tom Thibodeau can't win. I can't wait till Tom Thibodeau's gone from the Knicks and we get this whatever new coach and y'all start being, damn, we had it good. And I'm not saying Tom Thibodeau has flaws. He has issues and things he needs to work on, even in his older age as a coach. But y'all contradict yourselves with some of these complaints y'all have on a guy. Now y'all want to complain about Mitch Robinson, not all y'all, but some of y'all like, dude, shut up. Shut up. Half of you guys can't do 100 push-ups in a week. Shut up. Y'all can't play a game of basketball without needing an EKG machine. Shut up. If you don't understand how injuries work and recovery works and recovery while you're playing works, shut up. But salute to Mitchell Robinson, man. But this team needs help badly. This team needs help badly, man. Has come from the players, better execution. I'm expecting a better output tomorrow. Or Thursday versus the Hornets. Mikal Bridges got to find a shot earlier or more efficiently in his game. OG Anunoby as well too. And OG Anunoby hit that one big three to help cut the lead, but he also missed a three in the corner. It could have helped gotten a deficit to like 6. But yeah, game of runs. You play these young teams who are hungry, they don't want to tank. I just don't get it. They see the Knicks, they see blood. There has to be some type of bonus around the league where it's like, yo, yeah, if you beat the Knicks, yo, we got you. This does not make any freaking sense. I don't get it. But the Spurs got a lot of young players, man. A few players I would love to trade for. I know it's impossible now, but I like Blake Wesley. I'm not saying he killed tonight, but he's playing behind so many guards. It's crazy. You talking about, even though I don't think he played today, but you got Branham, you got Devin Vassell, you got Kelvin Johnson, who I don't know why they need to trade Kelvin Johnson for something in a package. Maybe they do that next year when they can sniff close to the playoffs and be in a position similar to like the Pistons. But they got him, Blake Wesley, again Keldon. They got so many guards. Bro, my son Devin Vassell didn't have a great game today. He hit a few mid-range shots that got me pissed. Like, damn, so the Knicks could have used this dude come out of FSU, but yeah, this game was just annoying. This game was just annoying, bro. We got out rebounded, 44-52. Just not controlling the boards enough. Now, granted, Mitch Robinson has double-double in the rebounds, but I'm expecting more from Cat on the rebound again. I think he had 9. I want to say around like 12, 13. Josh, and I understand, Josh has 7 rebounds, 7 assists, but only 2 points. But I need to see Josh, and he's getting 5 fouls. Every time he attacks a basket, he's crying. It's like, dogs, get in the game. You're Tibbs general. Bro, you supposed to be out there leading. You're supposed to be out there, again, leading almost every other transition play, which means that you're getting rebounds, you're crashing boards. I don't know what it is. And today you saw Josh, he tried to be aggressive in shooting his shots, taking shots. I know he missed, and I don't mind the missed shots. But I think to him is also getting to him too. Where it's like, oh, I missed a shot, I'm out of it. And I get that. I understand where he's coming from, but I need Josh. He had 3 steals as well today too. But I need Josh to lock in. These type of games, bro, crash test dummy mode. And I know he had 5 fouls, but crash test dummy mode, bro. I need to see a 16 rebound game by Josh Hart. Stopping his team from getting a second chance opportunities. Making sure that when we make our runs at 22-3 runs, even if we go cold, they're going cold too. Simple as that. Nothing too about this Knicks team. Way too many off-ball plays that are killing us. Backdoor cuts. How many games, the last 10 games, you're seeing where Knicks are getting beat in transition, fast break cuts. In transition, we're way too late to get back to a man. So a guy that's maybe near the basket, that has his man, that has to come and close out defensively against somebody who just got it on the wing on a transition. And he's bro. Knicks got to shape up. Like, to me, scoring is not the biggest of issue. Like, it's not. It's the defense. It's where, look, we got to get stops. We don't got Brunson here. We're not going to have a 30-something, 40-point night on top of what we're doing, or partially on top of what we're doing, because obviously you have to give Brunson the touches and possessions, right? But they have to clamp down on defense, where it's like, yo, bro, that third quarter we had, we got to replicate that in the first half as well, too. At least 85% of that. Hound teams, demoralize them. Don't even let them think they have a chance against us. Make them work for every basket. And if we have to come down the next possession, if it's not a full clean transition, fast break situation, we're getting to the line. We're going at them immediately. That means I'm trying to get as many pick and rolls and switches with Cat, whoever, to get him to Chris Paul, to get him to freaking Vassell, to get him to Keldon, to get him one of these weaker guards, or one of these smaller players on that team. They don't have Wembayama, and Sochan's a good defender, but bro, I'm trying to get as many switches. I'm trying to attack their front court, trying to get as many switches. Makes absolutely no sense. By the way, suit to Stephen A. Smith's bad take for saying the Knicks should have taken Bismack Biyombo over Iman Shumpert. And granted, Bismack Biyombo played today, but really? I'll tell you, some people do not watch basketball, Stephen A. Smith included. But guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Please let me know your thoughts on this game. Sandro Mamu killing us. The Ed Sumner disease against the Knicks. Just freaking nondescript. This freaking in-shape looking Action Bronson ass. I think he's from New York too, so salute to him. I think he's from Georgia. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. I believe it's Georgian. Georgian people have crazy last names. The winger from Napoli now plays for PSG. I can't pronounce the name. Y'all have some of the craziest last names ever known to man, son. You and Dominicans, who talking about Dominican people, but y'all have some, y'all two people, Georgians and Dominicans, y'all have some of the most ridiculous last, unless it's, typical, regular Spanish last names. Go look at some of these Dominican people, especially their first name, son. It'd be like Irva. I'm like, son, come on. So just call yourself Jose Elliott, something simple. What? Come on, bro. Like, I'm gonna say all these damn vowels and got freaking 8 consonants and then 1 vowel on the other side of the globe. So I'm like, come on, those. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this game. Again, the Knicks losing to the Spurs 120 to 105. Who's at fault? Is this an execution thing? Third quarter was a recovery time for the Knicks 22 to 3 run, yet couldn't really capitalize on it in the fourth quarter. Sandro Mamu had a game to remember. Do we win this game without Sandro Mamu and his contributions? Most likely. Do we win this game with just better execution or not? And even with Sandro Mamu's contributions. Let me know your thoughts. It's your boy G. Malizia Knicks. I appreciate you. Peace, God bless. I'll catch you guys in the next one.